Oh, good morning. There's Winston. Huh? You gonna say hello to everybody and wag your nubby? Huh? Good boy? Yeah, Winston, good boy. And there's Bruno. Yeah. He always has that look on his face. He's still a good boy. But I'm Mike. And this is Bruno. And you just met Winston. And welcome back to our channel, Mike and Bruno's Garage. It is currently 5:45 in the morning. It's still dark here in the Midwest. It's my day off. I usually still wake up fairly early because I get up really early when I do have to work. And so it gives us a little time in the shop. I have to leave by 8:15 to head over to the in-laws. So I got a little time here to see if we can't go ahead and finish this screwdriver. And I'll get you in the stand and show you what I got going on. Okay guys, last video we got this peened over and run through the 1x30 sander and a little bit of the grinder and the flap disc. I have since put some, get that to focus, wood filler in some of the areas that needed it. So today, trying to get that sanded down, smoothed out, maybe even stained, and maybe run this through the belt sander a little bit more to get some more of this pitting out. And we'll go with that. And then show you what else I've been working on. So let's head over to the belt sander and see what we can get going. Okay, thanks. Okay guys, over here at the 1x30, see if we can't shape this up a little bit. It's a pretty chilly morning. I got 52 degrees in the garage. And I got the garage door open. Bruno's sitting on his towel. He was in the wet grass. He's watching the neighbors next door get ready for a fishing trip. Something I can never really get into. Dad tried to show it to me before, but when we were kids, but I just never could get into it. So let's get into this and see what we can come up with. Still getting kind of a little bump in this rivet here where I peened it over. Everything else feels kind of smooth. Let's see if I can work on this to get it a little more leveled out and see what we can do about getting that smoothed out a little bit more. There we go. That seemed to help. Alrighty. Well, let's go back over to the bench and get her wiped down and see what we've got here. Alright? Okay, just a second, guys. Okay, now that I got some better light, let's see what we can see here. Yeah, I mean, there's no sharp edges. Everything's kind of really smooth. I don't know if you can all see that. So, the scales are in there tight. It's not bent. Some of the pitting, I don't know if you guys can see that. See if I can get that to focus in a little bit. Some of the pitting is still in there, but for a daily user, I think she'll be okay. Let me go ahead and get a rag and wipe her clean. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's still got a couple of little spots there. But all in all, for a bigger screwdriver, it'll work out just fine. Okay. Yeah, these old white microfiber towels, they come on a roll like a big paper towel. Got them at Walmart. I can't remember what brand they were. I imagine if you go to your local Walmart, you might find them. And I'm not sponsored. Heck, I ain't even that big of a channel. But these things have been coming out really, really handy. Kind of like the tub of towels. Those are great too. All right. So now that we got her kind of somewhat polished up, what have you, I'm going to do something with the wood on the handle, kind of protect it a little bit. And I'll show you what I'm going to use for that and see how that turns out. Back at the old place, we had a hardware store, Ace Hardware. They had this on the clearance shelf. Antique oil finish. So I figured that stuff isn't normally cheap, but I got this for like $16. I didn't think it was that bad. And figure get that into the wood. Just for the time being, let that soak and dry and everything. And then we'll put a nice coating of wax on everything and see how that turns out. So we got this. I'm going to get some gloves just in case. I got some gloves. Where did I put them? Oh, I know where I put them. Put them over in the cabinet. I'll be right back. Okay, got my gloves. Roll up the old sleeves. Nothing on my sleeve. Not once did my fingers leave my hand. Let's see here. Get this. And I'm trying to do this all without my glasses on. Silly me. Hey, there we go. Huh. I might have used this before, but I'm not sure on what. So we'll just take our little towel here and do a little spot and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like that much. That's just an oil. I was thinking of staining it. Let's see. Well, yeah. Yeah, that soaked right in too, didn't it? Well, let's see. Well, let's give her a complete oil here and see how much of that soaks in. I mean, it darkens it. I mean, it does kind of have a neat appearance to it, doesn't it? But it still shows up the filler putty, doesn't it? Yeah, we got something on there to help protect it. Maybe oiling it after I stained it probably would have worked a little better. So we'll keep this handy off to the side here and see what I come up with for a stain. See if let's see here. What do we got? We got cherry. Still like this golden pecan. I still like this golden pecan. So, yeah, I probably did this in the wrong order. However, this is what we learn what we can do. Like I said, this whole screwdriver's been a complete experiment for me. Usually I just have to clean them up real nice and it all came out really good. But this is my first time in actually trying to repair something. So we give it a quick stir. All right. Tell you what, we've been getting a lot of smoke from them wildfires up north. It really starting to irritate. Winston, you have no reason to whine, buddy. You're just mad because you don't get to wander around in front of us. That's because you get into too much trouble. Not that a puppy does anything like that. No. Okay. Now I got me a little brush. Make sure got all the loose hairs. Let's see what this will do. I mean, that wood was pretty dry, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem with this soaking in. But yeah, I probably did this completely bass-ackwards. Yeah, that really... This was supposed to be stained. I'm probably using too light of a stain to begin with. Because that filler is not getting covered up. But over the course of time and dirt, grit, and everything else. Yeah, that stain's really soaking in too. But that's okay. Like I said, this whole screwdriver's been one big experiment. And seeing how things work, and because I can watch it a million times on other guys' channels. So unless I do it myself and say, oh, okay, that's why they did what they did. And how would I know? Heck, that's just getting soaked up too. But all in all, I mean, it's kind of come out differently. I mean, functional wise, yeah, look, it works great. But it's not going to be no trophy piece, that's for sure. But I can always come back and restrip everything off of there and see what happens. Maybe I'll put some more of that oil on there anyway. It ain't going to hurt it none. I mean, am I going to use it? Probably. Is it going to get banged up? Probably. So, I don't know. Like I said, this whole thing was an experiment with trying to get a shaft cleaned up, getting these scales or the wooden panels in tight, and they're tight. Is it functional? You bet. Am I going to keep playing around with this one? Probably. I might, but off camera maybe. So, I wonder if some more of that oil would darken it up again. I mean, it ain't got hurt nothing. It's just going to soak up into the wood. Am I a glutton for punishment? Probably. But I'm just going to let that sit on there. It'll probably dull up once it gets soaked in there. Probably could put it in a container and just let it all soak up, but I don't want it to swell too much. But actually, the swelling will probably help it stay tight. Yeah, just rub that on there too. And it ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's just oil. I'll let that do its thing. Yeah, it's kind of oily. Okay. Well, I guess, like I said, this whole screwdriver has been one big experiment, but I'll be showing you what else I've been doing. Okay. Picked up a couple smaller ones of these too. Even smaller. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, actually. Don't look too bad, I guess. At least in the light that I'm seeing. I mean, she did clean up better than she was. And the scales came out better, tighter. But we will continue probably playing around with this one. So anyway. So that's off to the side. I'm calling it good for now on that. Probably just use it up. I do have 5 others over there that are actually 6. One's an actual 3/8 driver that my wife got me. So those are basically just cleanups. However, I'll show you what I have been up to. Um, excuse me. Little couple of videos back, I got a package from George from You Wanna Watch. Thanks again, George. Appreciate it. And he sent one of these Ford wrenches. And I had the evaporust out already. I got a set of these Lyman pliers. I don't even think there's a name on them, if there is. I haven't found one yet, but they're pretty stout and the cutters are pretty good on it. So I got them out of there and wiped down. I'm going to run that under the wire brush here in a little while. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this, because what has happened, or what is going on with this. Oh, this works a lot better now. It was kind of catching up and it didn't really want to adjust very well. Now I'm not having any problem whatsoever. I bet you there was a bunch of gunk in there, even though I ran it through the wire wheel. This bottom jaw here was pretty flared out. I beat it down somewhat, but I couldn't get it all. There is some gouging in it. I'm going to try and see if I can get this down. Oh, wow, that works a lot smoother. Oh, we are in good shape. And try and even that out. I don't know if you guys can see. Oops. It'd help if I get you guys in the shot. See if we can smooth it out so that it closes a lot flatter. But get this all wiped down. It's been in evaporust overnight. Wipe down, wire wheel it, shine it up a bit. I was thinking of putting Ford Blue inside here. So I'm going to set him back in there for right now. Maybe on the other side for a little while. There we go. I do have a couple of them that I have done before. Let's see if I can find those. Got a feeling they're in this drawer. It was in this drawer. And one time it was in this drawer. When you... Yeah. And this one, where I used to live, the high school football team's colors were orange and black. They're called the Demons. But so basically what I did was did it orange and black. It has since been used, but it's the same Ford USA wrench. This one says M on it. I haven't found an M, but it doesn't have the little nubby on the end like a screwdriver style, or I think it was just kind of like instead of a screw, the head would be square and they could use that to turn whatever it was. But yeah, I've used this up and down, and I've kind of used this for a little bit of everything actually. So this one's the user, and then but I mean it works nice and smooth. This one actually, did I have this one apart? I don't think so. No, there's not a screw in there. It's just a pin. And trying to get those out, I can't remember. This was like one of the first ever ones of these I ever tried to do. But it still works. I mean, I did get it to fit pretty good. It does have a pretty decent fit to it, within reason. But yeah, it holds nuts and bolts so that I can tighten something if I just happen to grab it. But this one I want to clean up and try and just kind of make a piece that I can hang on one of my doors or what have you, so that gets all cleaned up. And just see how this one turns out. This will be a user also. I've got maybe 3 or 4 of these, and only 2 of them have decent cutters on them. And I do need some decent cutters. I mean, I got some diagonal ones and everything like that, but carrying one of these around, especially in the backyard, because we got some gardening stuff back there and everything like that, these will come in a lot handier. But these were completely seized when I got them. So yeah, they work pretty good. I'm going to wire wheel them. It does cut fairly well. I cut a bread tie with them. Let's see here. I got a piece of wire. Actually. Oh, stop, Winston. You'll get out. You're just mad because Bruno's all curled up in his blankie over there. But some 18 gauge speaker wire. And these cut really, it'd help if I get it in the blade. Cut it really well. There's a cutter over here. Imagine, where is that? Nope, there isn't. But there is kind of another set of teeth back here. I mean, 18 gauge speaker wire. What's this stuff over here? No. Winston, stop it. Okay. Here's some 12 gauge. And it seems to cut that really good. So, yeah, these cleaned up, be using those too. So, that's kind of what I've been doing. Kind of been playing around and experimenting with a lot of stuff. This is what I call the learning curve. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff and I could probably do it, but again, I still have to work with what I have. I still got to get on the internet and get some supply stuff that I want to purchase. I do want to get a fiber wheel. I do want to get some conditioning belts. And see what I can do with those items. And just keep playing around. Like I said, this channel is, DIY. Just an old fart in the garage, tinkering. And I call it my therapy. But you guys get a chuckle out of some of the stuff. Like, you guys probably learned a lot of this stuff before I had. But, I still watch what you guys do. And I pay attention. I just look around to see if there's a different way to do it, or what I can do with what I've got, and go with that. So, oh, there he is. What you doing, monkey boy? Huh? Here, just a second. No, you don't get to play with the power cord. You don't get to play with the cord. You have a bad habit of playing with cords, huh? Come here, buddy. Yeah, good boy. Yes, you're such a good boy. So say bye to everybody, huh, bud? Okay. And then you got the grumpy old man. Just looking out the garage door. Huh. You just looking out the garage door? Did you make yourself a nice little bed on the mats, the rubber mats? Huh? Are you going to turn around and say bye to everybody? No, you're too busy watching, huh? Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you little monkey. You enjoying your little comfy spot? Okay. Well, from Winston Grump. Yeah, Mike. Thanks for all you subscribers. Thanks for watching. And as always, keep on tinkering.